Hi, good morning. Very good morning to you from the port of Felixstowe, where we're doing a little shipping update today to kind of bring you up to date on what's happening. The first thing to mention, we'll mention again and show you some stuff from today, is it is the International Day of the Seafarer, organised by the International Maritime Organization, the IMO. And it's an interesting one because it's a day to try and get people's attention towards the shipping industry and the people, of course, who work in it. That's a pretty vital sector of our economy, and I have to say that from my point of view, I've got a good idea of what happens in the shipping industry, and seafarers are, I guess you'd have to say, an unseen minority. Good morning, Brian. Seafarers on those ships like that, 20 odd guys aboard a ship like that is crew, a handful of officers, and the rest are the deck crew. And those guys, we don't see them in reality, do we? Occasionally, in not COVID times, we see those guys walking about our town, but in reality, we see very few of them. We don't really notice much about them. We do have an excellent Seafarers Centre here in Felixstowe, which obviously I think personally needs more support. But there you have it. But it's the International Day of the Seafarer, and let's just rehearse a little bit of the kind of comments that people want to bring to the attention, I guess, of the world. Seafarers live very peculiar lives, some of them. Some guys actually work huge periods of times, like, for instance, some guys on some ships work 9 months straight every day and have effectively 3 months off at the end of that, which is fine. But it's a hell of a strange life, isn't it? Especially when your home is halfway across the world. So it's an interesting one. What do we say to this one? We will be showing more stuff related to the International Day of the Seafarer. And good heavens, what does Mandy Pandy Poo say? I love this. Well, I'm glad you do, Mandy. But the thing that we need to say time and again is we need to look after our seafarers better. The IMO is actually trying to get more attention on seafarers and get seafarers paid more attention to. Things like crew relief, things like good standards of food and catering, good standards of accommodation. And there are across the world many seafarers who don't and haven't got paid for ages. We had a case in the UK, unbelievably, a few months ago, where there was a crew trapped on board an oil rig supply vessel for months on end in Great Yarmouth. And they were supported essentially by the local population and things, who gave them food and drink, and eventually they got repatriated. But that is the kind of thing that happens to seafarers around the world all the time. Okay, on to a more optimistic story now, and the best story, I guess, that's come the way of some people for quite a long time is that the Ever Given is due to come out of the port. Well, sorry, the Suez Canal in the next few weeks. Apparently, there has now been a deal done between the owners of the Ever Given and the Suez Canal Authority, who are actually coming close to a deal. They've come out with some agreements, or an agreement in principle, and with a formal agreement on compensation due to the Suez Canal Authority. And according to the details that I'm reading here, it looks like that could be literally within a couple of days or a couple of weeks. I'm not too sure how long it will be, who knows, but it looks like the Suez Canal Authority are probably backing down somewhat from their claim for what was it last, $550 million, and it looks like the ship owners are going up from their last offer of $150 million. So there could be some middle ground somewhere in the middle there that is subject to a formal agreement, will, we hope, be ratified by an Egyptian court, and the Ever Given may be released. We hope so, and we hope all those guys and all that cargo will actually go to where it should go to, some of it coming here to Felixstowe. And we've got a nice message from Gundala Reeby in Germany. She says, good morning to Felixstowe and happy Seafarers Day to all sailors. I'm glad to remember it, to be honest with you, Gundala, because it's a vital day for us in the UK, bearing in mind, of course, that from our point of view in the UK, 90%, and I don't know how many people realise this, 90% of what comes to UK shops actually comes to UK shops via a ship. Felixstowe, just on its own, handles millions of containers every year inbound into the UK. And also, every single day of the week, we bring in through Felixstowe between 400 and 500 trailers full of food and drink and all kinds of other stuff into the UK from abroad on ferries. DFDS ferries run 3 ships daily into Felixstowe. And we need to remember the seafarers who run that. We need to remember all the work that goes into that, all the lorry drivers and all that stuff. So there you have it. Okay, let's just wrap up with that one and say, so Ever Given should hopefully be coming back into service. The Port of Felixstowe will be one of, hopefully, her fairly early calls in her forthcoming trip around the Northern Europe ports. Hopefully 2 or 3 weeks, she should be here. Won't that be good? And that would be good for all those cargo owners who have cargo on board. We don't know how it's going to end up playing out for them for money, etc., and for paying for what they owe to the shipping line, etc. Nobody knows yet, but I've no doubt we'll find out quite soon. Okay, what's next on my curriculum for this morning? One more little item to mention that I think deserves a mention is the UK's shortage of lorry drivers. Historically, we've always had an actual shortage of lorry drivers, running at 50 or 60,000. Currently, the Road Haulage Association says that we are short something like 100,000 lorry drivers now. And if you're looking for a career or a job that's not too bad in most cases, sometimes can be a little bit concerning and worrying. There are jobs as lorry drivers. There still isn't a good government-backed or industry-backed training scheme for lorry drivers. Bear in mind that if you are considering becoming a lorry driver, you have to pay for your own training. But once you have a license, then subject to medical conditions, etc., that license will last a long time. I'm Chris, this is Felixstowe Live, and I thought we'd just update you on the shipping industry and stuff around the Port of Felixstowe. Hope you found this useful. If you have, give it a like, give it a love, and we'll see you soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.